Hi everybody, I'm coming to you from the Boulder County Farmers Market today on this gorgeous Saturday in October, and I'm here with Cole from Little Hollow Flowers. Now I wanted to talk about the importance of supporting local vendors and local farmers, and when we talk about local, what that means. So when we support local, we reduce the air miles, and B, we are able to use things without as much packaging because it doesn't have to go as far. So I wanted to ask Cole, what is it about flowers? I know that we were talking earlier about flowers, and you were mentioning about all the health hazards of imported flowers.
Absolutely.
Can you talk to people about these are local, grown here in
Certainly.
Colorado, in Berthoud, Colorado.
Yeah.
And picked, field grown.
Absolutely. So most flowers coming into domestic markets are imported. To do this, to get past borders, they have to be dipped into things like fungicides or herbicides to make sure that nothing is coming in that we don't want from other countries and whatnot. So to mitigate that locally, we can grow these here. We don't have to dip them in any kind of chemicals. Florists don't have to be interacting with those whenever they're working with it. So your wedding, your table flowers, anything you want is going to be no chemicals on these. So that's one huge thing out of it. The miles coming in, those are now going to be gone as well. We're going to have local flowers practices that are going to be, as far as longer lasting flowers, we're going to have less water going in them as well from not having to keep them hydrated on their journey here. So carbon emissions, water emissions, those are going to be two things you're going to have reduced through the local environment. I'd say the biggest thing is how long they're going to last and the absence of chemicals on them as well. So.
And I can't help but notice the paper wrap versus when you go to these grocery stores and florists, you see that plastic cellophane wrap.
Absolutely.
And then each stem is sometimes in its own plastic container reservoir with water.
Absolutely.
And they come with a chemical pack to put in the water.
Yes.
And you mentioned that the workers, it's one of the highest rates of cancer from florists that work with flowers.
Yeah, some of these pesticides and herbicides are the same ones that are sold domestically that have all kinds of health hazards. So being able to mitigate that and not have to interact with that, especially if you're not going to be wearing gloves. A lot of florists need that dactylity, so they're handling these things without gloves. That all just comes right into your skin, so that's a permeable layer. So not having to do that is a wonderful thing for not only our florists, but anyone else that's bringing these home into their own house.
So something to think about when you look at these beautiful flowers for weddings and different celebrations that they're imported from other countries, those workers are exposed that are helping to harvest the flowers and grow the flowers and package them up. They go on planes and they're air freighted here. And so all that requires refrigeration is so much energy to get to us. So please try to support local growers that do. You said you don't till either, so you do
broad forking, and all of our practices we do as much as we can to respect the soil, and respecting your soil helps that respect your flowers. So that biome that you're making is all that bacteria in the soil. Everything is just doing what it can. If you till, it can destroy all that. So
all the microorganisms, all the insects in the ground, the worms.
That's the more you respect that and build it up, the more it'll build up your flowers as well. So
I bet you have a lot of native pollinator and visitors to your flowers.
That's one of the coolest
field.
part. Absolutely, we don't spray anything on the farm, so our fields are bustling with pollinators all over. So they're a welcome sight for us.
Thank you for doing plant-based growing and plant-based farming, plant-based flowers and food for our local pollinators and insects. And
Absolutely.
we can enjoy the beauty and the colors that they have to offer without making humans or animals or the planet suffer.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Cole.
Absolutely. Cheers to that.
Thank you.
Could I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know they use jet fuel to fly the flowers in, as you mentioned. What kind of and how much of fossil fuels and how are they used in the growing of the flowers at your place?
In Colorado, we have a shorter growing season just due to our winters. We have to start our flowers earlier than the winter will allow, so we do have to have some indoor heated space. That requires either some kind of furnace or fire. We use a gas furnace to heat. We only need to do this for a couple months out of the year, although that is going to be a necessary expense for us to grow flowers and bring them to the market as early as spring goes. So beyond that, we can use normal heated tunnels that don't require a furnace, that just has a sun heated tunnel. things like that, you can avoid furnaces at that point in the year. So
Solar.
And what,
absolutely.
And what percentage of the flowers that you're growing and do not have to be grown or started in those?
It's a great question. Only a very few select of our early spring stuff and very late fall things need that. So I'd say over 90% of our flowers do not require any kind of heat source to grow, other than the sun, which we get that
Great.
for free in Colorado.
Yeah.
Lots of sunny
90%.
days here. So.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And people can ask you, right? They can say, "Was this grown, field grown, or was this grown?" If that's a concern of theirs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. All these late summer ones are all field grown. They don't need any protection from a heated tunnel or anything like that. So they're all just right from the sun right here. So
Yes. Thank you, Little Hollow Flowers, and thank you, Cole, for talking with us today.
Certainly. Thank you.